Mike Williamson. Today he's left to join Carlisle. How does this impact on your preparation for Saturday?
It doesn't. MK Dons have got a DNA and a style of play of how they want to play, and they've been that way for probably as long as I can remember, really. Even going back to when we played against them, the DNA of that football club is a very much a possession-based style. So it doesn't change anything for us. Our focus is on us. We want to be better, and obviously from a result point of view that we've shown against Harrogate in the last game, and we've worked very hard leading into this game to make sure that we hopefully produce a better result.
How's the extended period been? Because obviously you played a week ago. Has it been a little bit different for the players and yourselves, obviously? No,
it's been nice, to be honest, because it's been, when you start a season, it's relentless. It's constant. You know, I think we've played, is it 9 games? 9 games already. So it's constant. Added that with the amount of training and load that goes into the group as well. So it was good to give the boys a couple of days rest after the Harrogate game, and the staff as well. I think everyone needed a little breather. Sometimes it's good just to go and spend some time with your family and recuperate. So we've done that, but we've had a really good week's training. You know, we've planned as normal as we would do the Saturday game.
No, you just touched on that, and kind of like players going to have time with families and kind of resetting a little bit. And I think we're a few of them at the Doncaster Rovers last Friday.
Yeah, I mean, look, the players we're all open here, and we knew the boys were going to go to the races. I think it's important that they all. I mean, we give them a few days off, and they still spend it together. So it tells you what type of a group, we've got. But yeah, it's nice. You know, the last time they spent any time together outside of football was probably in Portugal when we took them out for some food. But I think that's important in any football club, that you bond together. And we've got a young group of players. There's obviously a few older ones in there who all probably live in each other's pockets anyway. A lot of them live together in apartments. So they're always around each other. But yeah, to be honest with you, it's nice that they spent the time together on the Friday, but I'd prefer they all parted ways and went and spent time with their families. But yeah, listen, there's more time for that.
That just shows you the team spirit, though, doesn't it? That you've all formed in the group.
That's what we try and create. Obviously, at the football club, we try and create that togetherness. You know, it's just everyone pulling in the same direction all through the football club, and we have got a really good group of boys who are doing their best all the time, every time they train and play, to try and produce performances for our football club.
Your side's already shown that they can bounce back from defeats. You know, the one at Newport, you won your next 3 league games. Is it just more the same? Because obviously you were happy with the performance at Harrogate, obviously just not the result.
I think, over the 9 games, I think we've won 6 and lost 3. One of them was against Everton, that we've started the season with. I think the 2 defeats in the league, we've had well over 20 shots and attempts in the game. We've had large control in both games that we've lost, but ultimately we paid the price for poor goals that we conceded in the 2 games. So don't get me wrong, we're not a team that wants to dominate the ball for 60 or 70 or 80%. We like to have the ball, but we're more of a team that wants to pass forward and run forward quickly. And in them 2 games, it showed that we had a lot of possession, but not a lot of clear cut or testing the goalkeepers. So listen, out of the 6 league games, winning 4, is it good enough? For me, it's okay. I fans that, I believe this group has got a lot more in them, and we'll look to do that, starting, hopefully on Saturday at MK. But yeah, I mean, look, we're still working. We're still showing a good level of performance. I feel like, I know the Harrogate game we didn't score, but we showed lots of qualities in the game to get to the final third very easily. But we just didn't find that last bit to get us the goal.
Is it quite encouraging that your team might have not reached the levels that you want at times, and you're still 6th in the league, only 2 points off that top spot?
We're nowhere near where we can be. We're nowhere near. We're probably about 30%, I would say. And that's a challenge I put onto my staff and my players nearly every single day. That we're nowhere near where we need to be. After games when we've won at home against, I think it might have been Morecambe 1-0 and Gillingham 1-0, we're demanding more. There's so much more in this group, and it's obviously our job, but also the players' job to take responsibility and accountability to go and prove that. We feel like we've assembled a really good group, a really good squad, and like I say to you, we're okay with the start, but we know there's probably 60-70% still to come from us once we get firing.
Well, Patrick, Kell be back from his international exploits with the Northern Ireland under-21s.
Yeah, PK's trained all week, so obviously another body back for us, which is pleasing. On the injury front, James Maxwell's started some work on the pitches this morning. Tom Nixon's had a bit of a setback, which is disappointing. So his injury healed up. Joined in a passing drill yesterday and felt his calf on his other leg. So I don't know whether he's overcompensating what he was holding on the other side. So he's probably going to be 3-4 weeks. Woody's probably still the same sort of distance away, 3 or 4 weeks. But apart from that same Westbrook missed obviously Harrogate with a knock, probably unavailable again Saturday. But apart from that, everybody else is all right.
Good news. We're speaking to Jerry McGrath a little bit later. How have you found his performances of late?
Very good, very good. Jay's a young lad, like I mentioned, probably early on in the season. That's got all the attributes to be whatever he wants to be. 6'3", absolute machine in terms of how he's built. Can move, can handle the ball. Left side centre half. They're not easy to come by. So he's got all the attributes to be whatever he wants to be in. Without putting any too much pressure on him. The last young centre back I brought through, left side centre back at Hull, has ended up going to the Premier League for about 20 or 30 million. So Jay's got the capabilities to be wherever he wants to go. He just needs to keep his head level, keep performing, keep improving. And I think that's the pleasing thing that we've sort of we're set with the staff the other day and we're talking about our squad and mentioned to Gavin, the chief exec, we've probably got 14 real assets at this football club now. Something the football club hasn't had over previous years, speaking to Gavin. So we just want to nurture them, improve them. And when I say assets, I mean saleable assets, but they're nothing without the Billy Sharps, the Joe Ironsides, the Tom Andersons, those experienced leaders in the changing room. So we feel as if we've got a real good unity about that.
Like I said, he's only 21. How impressive are the performances that he's showing of late? Because he seems to just got his place in the team and just kicked on from there.
Yeah, he's a confident boy, Jay. He is a really confident lad, and I had numerous conversations with him, and he had numerous conversations with Cliff last year to say that I'm better than Richard Wood, I'm better than Tom Anderson, and we like that about him. He's got that about him, but not in an arrogant way. So it's pleasing to see that he's done very well, and we just want to continue to keep driving him because, like I say, he's a huge part of the future of this football club.
And finally, you've kind of already touched on it, Grant, but what kind of test will MK Dons bring you on Saturday?
A good footballing team, very, very possession-based footballing team, recruited very well in the summer, spent quite a bit of money. So we need to be ready for that. We've worked on aspects of what I think is going to happen come Saturday, all week. And we need to go and put the plan in place. So looking forward to the game.